when you talk Def Jam didn't have. Def Jam was a rap label.
Y'all saved Def Jam.
Oh, no question. No, it's
Y'all
so deep.
Def
People
Jam.
don't understand
Y'all
how
saved Def
when we
Jam.
came to Def Jam, Leo is coming to Hollis, Queens, because Irv quit. Okay, because he said you guys don't know music up there, and he's coming to Hollis begging Irv to come back to Def Jam, and Irv is like, you don't know how to sell records. Bad Boy sells more records than Def Jam, and forget it. Death Row was killing it.
Death Row.
So how are you the best rap label, and you got a Bad Boy, on with Clive Davis? No disrespect to Clive, but he's not a hip hop guy at all.
And he's like 70 something at the time,
beating you
yeah.
in sale.
Yeah.
And then they was doing 300,000, 500,000, their biggest projects. Death Row selling 5 and 10 million records.
Yeah,
Puffy's doing 2 million.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? It's not even close. Like, and then when he came in, he changed the culture and brought it back. And Leo was getting fired. All Kevin Lyles, all of them, Russell, they was getting fired when we came in. Polygram was letting them go. Leo told us they're firing us and they're taking my company. He said, "You cut me, I bleed Def Jam."
Y'all Leo impressions is hilarious. So
everybody got a Leo voice.
So Irv brings DMX
first,
Ja Rule
next,
Jay-Z.
Sorry, Jay-Z before Ja.
Jay-Z before Ja Rule.
It was X, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, and X and Jay-Z is right on each other's heels.
Because
from a corporate standpoint, what people don't understand again is Irv would get all the credit for the generated revenue for those brands, because that's what music is about. I know executives that live on. I'm gonna shout out Jeff Finster.
Okay.
Britney Spears.
Got you.
That's what he hangs his hat on, and that's why he's still a top exec.
Or when the dude Maurice Starr found
I'm
New Edition.
I'm not saying they didn't do other things, but that's how they hang their hat.
Got you.
Okay, so if a standard is applied for everyone but us, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
And then that's when there's a problem.
And it started with Time to Build. It's funny,
and
right?
You can't discount the records we did. And it gets even deeper. I love these conversations because it's things that people
this hip hop. We doing this.
Yeah, but hip hop, we started out very ignorant.
Yeah.
We're not ignorant.
No, hell no.
We learned a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I'm far from ignorant. Now, mind you, I didn't understand these things maybe at the moment. When you're in that perfect storm with everything going on, you're focused on just doing what you got to do to maintain, and you're not seeing all these moving parts.
Mm-hmm.
But in hindsight, it's clear, crystal.
So what I didn't understand, why was the perception that Irv didn't know what he was doing and he was stupid? Was that the whole 50 thing?
I didn't understand. I don't know. I never heard that.
No, meaning that because at one point it's just over.
No, never over. We're doing over $200 million. You can't shut that down if you wanted to.
Okay.
So there's a lot to it, right? So we're billing more than our parent company.
Got you.
How are you shutting it down? Right? So there's some alternative or ulterior factors that's involved in this equation, and you're not adding up as a fan or a person outside looking in. One being the biggest gorilla in the world, United States of America.
Yeah.
On your back. Second is your partner cooperating against you with the biggest gorilla.
And your partner being who?
Universal.
Okay.
Island Def Jam, which is IDJ, Universal. Music Group is the parent company to IDJ, Island Def Jam. So we had to respond or answer to, Universal. At the time, that's Vivendi, the French company that owns Universal, that started.
They own some liquor too, right?
Yeah, that started asking us all these questions like, "What's going on?" and like, "Why are y'all asking us about what's going on? We're making hit records. Leave us alone." But that's because we didn't realize the government was on their back, saying, "If you don't stop helping those boys over there, those Gotti boys, we're gonna come after you." And that's what people didn't know. And again, we didn't go out and talk about things. We found that out during the trial. We found out we had to sign papers that if we go to jail, they're going to take everything.
Wow.
This is in order to get the checks they owed us, because our legal bills were so big. and I took care of everybody that had any cases involved with us. It wasn't just me and Irv.
1 second. Congratulations. Y'all beat the feds though. No, because people don't know and y'all didn't rat.
No,
that's no
such thing.
See, what people don't understand, nobody beats the feds.
If I told you the deal they offered us just so they could get that conviction and get us to cooperate, because they said in the feds' mind, they never thought we would go the distance because we're generating so much revenue and we wouldn't want to lose that revenue. And it wasn't about losing the revenue. Of course we don't want to lose the revenue. But when you're not doing something wrong, I'm just built a certain way. You're not going to pigeonhole me and make me do something against somebody for no reason. I'm not going to destroy Supreme, okay, who has a hard enough life with these guys, and just because they're making me do it. Like, that's basically what they did. They said, you tell us a story on this guy and we'll give you a year. And we was facing 20. They broke all the federal guidelines. Then they came back with another offer, 6 months each and separate. You go in one time and then your brother goes in.
Wow.
So this way the
business,
business could keep moving. And we're like, no. The last one was probation. No jail time, but you got to tell on Supreme. And then we'll come in and, give you probation and no jail time. And we tell them no. I told my lawyer when they came with the let's stop bringing these offers, let's go to trial. My lawyer was like, hold on, Chris.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a second. He said, excuse me, can I get fired? That's Gerald Shargell, the best attorney in the game.
Facts. If he beat the feds.
But so when he pulls me to the side, he said, do you understand? I cannot guarantee your innocence. Like, they're offering you. He's like, he was amazed. He's like, in his 27 years in that federal Southern District, he was like, I never seen anything like this. He's like, this is unbelievable, like unprecedented offer they're giving us. He said, and he was basically saying, I know your innocence, but I cannot guarantee 12 people is going to say that in a federal system.
So you might get that 20.
He let me know that the odds were up against. He was basically saying it's 98% conviction, 2% non-conviction.
Ooh.
And then I was like, get the date, let's start it. That's it. I don't want to hear no more. Let's get to it. And it wasn't anything but being on the side of right. And I just felt, people always say, was you scared? Was you nervous? And the God's honest truth is I never feared anything going wrong except for one moment in the trial. There was one moment in the trial I was like, oh, shit. We're in trouble.
Is it something you could share?
Of course. Okay, it was during the deliberation. It wasn't. The trial we destroyed them during the trial, destroyed them. But there was one part for the 12 jurors. So the way the process goes, after all the information's in and the defense rests, we're the last. Defense rests, we only called 2 witnesses, okay? Defense rests, that's because we crushed all of their witnesses. So I didn't have to
the cross-examination was,
I didn't have to do anything extra to make it more.
Because they have to prove that you're guilty. You don't have to prove that you're innocent.
According to them, right?
According to them,
but perception is reality. So at the end of the day, at my 2 interview thing with the defense rests, and then they start sending out notes, the jurors. Like, if you ever been, I hope you never experience a trial, but if you do, this is what happens. They have to get taught. So we was up for 2 charges, money laundering and conspiracy to money launder. That was the 2 charges. And it was $1 million. Just, it sounds like a lot of money. I was spending 8 figures in taxes. What the hell am I laundering $1 million? At that moment, they had records of me gambling almost $2 million a week. Okay, me, not Irv, me. And they had my books, all my records, so they know all the real numbers. Yeah, there was money coming in. I was winning a lot of money in sports. I was betting on sports. I managed Phil Ivey, one of the biggest gamblers in the world. Okay, so we was betting big money. They just couldn't understand it. But that's another story. So when the notes come out from the jurors, it's about define this law, which was conspiracy to money launder. So right away I said, hold up. If they're on that conspiracy to money launder, that's the second charge. That means they already found us not guilty on money laundering charge. Because if I'm guilty on money laundering, I have to be guilty
on the second
on the conspire to money laundering.
Got you.
So they had found us not guilty because they're up to the second charge. In the notes, could you define conspiracy to money laundering? We're conspiring right now. And this is why I was like, what the hell are they doing? Like, and it took me all of about 45 minutes. I told my lawyer, this is some He has to write the notes to go back to define what it is. And when you read what that is, everything is conspiracy. You can't be. That's why they got such a high conviction.
That conspiracy.
Because conspiracy doesn't even mean you know me.
Yeah.
It just means you heard me. You thought you heard me. And if the if the juries believe it, you are out of here, my man. You're gone.
Make sure you click subscribe to this on iTunes. Go to radio.com. Download the app. It's free. You can hit a podcast on there. You can see the video on YouTube. YouTube.com/Doggie Diamonds TV. Until next time. Peace.